whatever. It's this fucking London. No one's ever happy to see you in this place. I'm from South Africa. Everyone's always happy to see you in South Africa. But I came here, I'm here on a holiday from crime. It's working out great, I have to tell you. I am learning about British culture. I am learning about British culture, English culture. I'm sorry about your queen. Yeah, I understand you were all very close. Just from looking at that attendance. I watched that thing because I'm trying to understand British culture. I was watching all of the proceedings and I saw how thousands of British people stood in line 10, 12 hours, and I saw that line and I thought, these are a cultured, civilized, patient people. And then I went to Tesco. There's a woman, like, she put a chicken down. There were only 5 people in front of her. I was like, where is your Q energy, bitch? You guys have got a cost of living crisis? Ooh, bad, yeah. We don't have this problem in South Africa. Our electricity is very cheap. Only one problem, we do not have any. But you're welcome to come try it out. It helps in these situations to be rich. It does, helps to be rich. I spent some time with some of my rich friends. The problem with rich people is you have to pretend a lot of stuff. You have to pretend they have real problems. Have you ever nodded at a friend and been like, when are we gonna stop with this charade? You know? Rich people's problems is usually that they're not as rich as their richer friends. And I have to tell you, I'm not rich, and it's been a huge problem for me. Not being rich is a big problem for me, because the thing about me is I identify as rich. I do. I feel rich inside. Okay, my pronouns are she, he, they. We'll bring you your champagne now, ma'am. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't. I don't know why I'm only comfortable when I'm surrounded by luxury. I don't know. About a year ago, I was on tour with a fellow comedian in South Africa, and on the first night of our tour, we got put up at this beautiful hotel in Cape Town. And he walked into the rooms and he went, wow, we are so lucky. And I thought, this doesn't feel lucky. This feels right. And don't get me wrong, I'm very privileged. I'm very privileged. But there is a big difference between privileged and rich. Yes, big difference between privileged and rich. Privileged is owning an iPhone. Rich is not buying a cover. That's right. I always wondered why Steve Jobs made the iPhone out of glass. It's because he was a billionaire. Some asshole who works for him invented the cover. Big difference between privileged and rich. Big difference. Privileged is going overseas and staying in a hotel. Rich is opening a mini bar with confidence. Big difference. Big difference. There's a bigger price difference between business class and economy class than there is between economy class and staying on the fucking ground. Okay, and I've always believed whenever I'm on a plane in economy class, I have always believed that at any moment, a flight attendant is going to come to me. That's right. And they're going to say, we are so sorry for the mistake. Everything in your life until now has been a terrible mistake. Please follow me. And I'm like, oh, finally. And I get up to get my stuff from the overhead compartment, and she goes, stop. You won't need that shit where we're going. Okay, cool. Only one thing left to do. Turn to the people next to me. Cheers, losers. It's my husband and my kids. I'm kidding. I would never say that about my husband and my kids because they don't exist. I don't have kids. Here's what I learned from the pandemic. This was my big takeaway. It goes like this. if everything is terrible, it's much worse if you have kids. Sorry, that is the feedback that I got from the parents. That's the feedback I got from the parents, okay? And now I do this thing, and I urge you to do the same. A lot of young people here, you're thinking, you know, you're gonna do all kinds of things. You're gonna grow up, you're gonna get married, you're gonna have kids. Think about it hard. Think hard about having children. Talk to your married friends. If you listen very carefully, you will hear them whispering, don't do it. Here's what I do now. Every time I'm in a bad situation and I think it can't get any worse and I want to make myself feel better, I add a baby. That's right, picture it, okay? You're on your way home from another country, you're at the airport, there's chaos, flight's been cancelled, add a baby. Okay, you're at home, you've got diarrhea, add a baby. You've got a baby, add another baby. I'm just saying, think about it. Think about it. I was under a lot of pressure when I was young. I'm 40. When I was in my 20s, I was under a lot of pressure to get married and have kids. And firstly, I have to say, I love this age. This age is the best age I've been so far. Everything about it is better. Everything except for like your whole body and your whole face. But other than that, love this age. I did realize recently that I've started to look my age, which isn't necessarily a problem, except that it came as quite a shock to me. And the way that I discovered that I look 40 is, I mean, aside from the fact that literally not one of you looked surprised when I said it. No, I said 40, and as a group, you were like, we accept. But the way I found out recently was I was speaking to a young woman in her early 20s. I was talking to a young woman, and she was speaking to me in this tone that I couldn't identify. And later, I realized it was respect. Disgusting. But I was under a lot of pressure to get married and have kids and do all that stuff. And I've started to realize something. There's been a shift. There's been a shift in the culture lately. Oh, by the way, firstly, I have to say, the thing about being 40 is that I was sitting on a train today. I was on the underground, sitting on a train, and I saw that sign. You know, there's that sign, it says, look up and see if there's somebody who needs the seat more than you do, right? And then it's followed up by this very confusing line, which is, not all disabilities are visible. And then I realized they're talking about old women. Because you can't tell. Nobody knows what age women are anymore. Sometimes I look at a woman and I think, she looks old. I want to give her my seat, but maybe she just hasn't had any work done. So it's I don't want to insult her, you know what I'm saying? I got Botox a few years ago, but I wasn't happy with the results, so I never went back. I was 36 at the time, went for the Botox. A few weeks later, I looked 35. It's not enough of a difference. Botox is very expensive. If I'm going to spend that much money, I want to be walking down the street. I want somebody to stop me and say, little girl, are you lost? That's the kind of response I'm looking for. But I was under a lot of pressure. Like I said, I was under a lot of pressure to get married and have kids, right? Under a lot of pressure. And there's been a shift in society lately. Here's what's happening. We're starting to realize, people my age who don't have kids, okay, who don't have kids, are not married, we're starting to realize that maybe all that pressure to get married and have kids was for nothing. Maybe we're starting to realize that maybe we didn't need to do any of that stuff. And you know what's crazy? The married people are realizing it at the same time. Okay, guys, check on your married friends, they're not okay. They are having a hard time, especially the ones with kids. My friends with kids have this look in their eye like they have seen some shit. And they are saying things to me like, yeah, no, look, you can't regret a child. Some of my friends are in couples therapy. Man, I love the idea of couples therapy. Because what couples therapy looks like is, it looks like it's you and your partner going together to solve your problems together, right? But couples therapy is a deal between a woman and her therapist. Yes, okay, you're taking your partner to see a medical professional. And you're like, can you fix this? I've gone as far as I can on my own. And by the way, men in the room, you must know, women love to diagnose you. We love to diagnose you. And we're very good at it. We do not need a background in psychology to perform this act, okay? We're naturals. We are naturals. Every married woman I know tells me with absolute certainty that her husband is on the spectrum. She doesn't know where on the spectrum he is, but he's there. And every single woman I know tells me with absolute certainty that her ex is a narcissist. Oh, he is a narcissist. 5 ways to tell that your ex is a narcissist. 10 ways to tell, 15 ways to tell that your ex is a narcissist. Without a degree. Just saying, very dangerous to teach women psychological terms. We will weaponize them against you. My name is Gilli Apter. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Gilli Apter!